April 10th, 1836. Midnight in Manhattan. While the respectable world slept, the gaslight district of Thomas Street was just waking up. At number 41, a high-end brothel catering to the city's elite, a scream pierced the air. A maid had found the room of the house's most celebrated resident, Helen Jewett, engulfed in flames. But the fire wasn't the cause of death. Helen was lying in bed, her marble-like brow shattered by 3 strikes of a hatchet. Tone, faster, more energetic, building tension. This was the moment everything changed for the American press. Before Helen Jewett, newspapers were dry, political, and frankly, boring. But James Gordon Bennett of the New York Herald saw an opportunity. He didn't just report the murder. He turned it into a soap opera. He visited the crime scene, described Helen's silk gowns, her library of classical literature, and her exquisite beauty. He sold 15,000 copies in a single day. The tabloid was born, and the public was hooked on the grisly details of New York's secret underworld. The trail led straight to Richard Robinson, a 19-year-old clerk from a good family, who spent his nights living a double life under the name Frank Rivers. The evidence was a mountain, a blood-stained cloak, a matching hatchet, and a string of letters. But Robinson had something Helen didn't: gender and class. The trial wasn't about the evidence. It was a character assassination. Robinson's lawyers didn't argue he was innocent. They argued that Helen, as a fallen woman, deserved her fate. They claimed the witnesses, her fellow workers, were too vile to be believed in a court of law. The judge agreed. He told the jury that the testimony of wanton women carried no weight. In less than 10 minutes, the jury returned a verdict: not guilty. Robinson fled to Texas to start a new life. Helen Jewett was buried in an unmarked grave, her life reduced to a footnote in the history of a city that used her and then forgot her. But the media never looked back. They had learned that sex, blood, and the scandals of the elite were the ultimate currency. Helen Jewett was the first victim of the tabloid era, but as we know today, she certainly wasn't the last.